So this has got to be like part 497 of this build right now, I think. Something like that. But as I once explained, as I keep progressing with my fabrication skills, I keep wanting to redo stuff, and that's why we're here right now. However, at the end of this episode right now, I'm saying at the beginning of this video, so I have to hold myself accountable to it, I want this car to be running and driving. I want to be able to like drive it around the block and be like, I can't do the whistle thing like some guys can. And for the record, I've been another Canadian land guy, except he's in Winnipeg, but D&D Speed Shop. I know fuel injected things, he knows carbureted things, and then we're like, you like car things and I like car things, so we probably get along. But if you love car things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Helps out a lot. Let's make this 80 mil spoolie boy do things today. We'll probably start with the shitty grunt work, which is like building our brake line from the front here to the back. So I need to build a bracket for our line to set up in the frame, and then just banjo bolt after that. I'm all dirty already! We're just cutting up a piece of metal, and that's gonna be used for our bracket for this, because we're gonna mount that up to a bracket that's already existing there, and I bolted the drive shaft in. So we actually didn't get rid of the winter dust in here yet. You can see the floor when I do this, all the dust that goes everywhere. It's kind of like when you hit a girl in the box and she hasn't used it in a while, and it's like, whew. It probably doesn't get any more redneck Canadian than this for bending metal. I have this piece of metal in my vise, and the vise is held onto the bench. I just stuck a file through one of the holes here and put it in the bench, and then there's a screwdriver on this side, and then I'm going to use a hex to bend it over. Canadian, eh? Now we just have to guesstimate where these holes are gonna go. Ah! Ah! Stop that. Be nice. Be nice. So here's our ghetto ass bracket. And I mean, nothing's really exactly straight, but in reality, are we all really exactly straight? Really though? Well, gosh dang, ain't I just the stupidest person ever? If I lift the suspension up, it actually does the opposite of what I thought it was gonna do. And it pulls our brake line too far away from our bracket. Okay, we're a bit sideways here, upside down, but that was our bracket right there that we just bolted on. It doesn't fit anymore. The suspension's like all the way up. It's like pretty much all the way up here. But then if I let it all the way down, then now look, our brake line is plenty long. So when I measured it kind of at this height with the drive shaft all bendy like that. So time to revise one, I guess. Again, sadly. Just letting the smoke out again. This is like the 17th time that it's let the smoke out now. It's probably time for an upgrade in my drills and my impact gun. Oh no, we're like a sea hair from getting this done. But like, this might have been, oh, the straw that broke the camel's back. Because I switched out the battery 3 times already. And it's, maybe it's just hot? I don't know. Alrighty, it totally fits now. You can see that we extended our bracket out a little bit there. And our brake line fits in. So I put some springs in it, I bolted up the shocks, and the car is actually almost up on top of the whole weight on the axle, so this is pretty much our ride height. And I built the line off that. And there's also a spider right here on my lens. So, I'm gonna try and start with the key here. What I did was I reconnected. If I put this wire to power, this white and pink one, it'll start cranking. And then I ran that to the other side where I found a white and pink wire on the inside. And because I took out the PCM and all that harness, I might just have to connect that one to this one and then turn the key, and hopefully it starts with the key. But we'll find out here real quick. Let's see. Nope, it wasn't that one. The only other issue I might be having is that it probably doesn't see that the transmission is in neutral or park because it doesn't have the factory transmission in it. So I'm gonna have to go back through the wiring, find out which one I need to put to the park or neutral switch, which I should probably add to this shifter anyways. And then it should start with that wire connected. I think. I'm not good with wiring, so. But now we're gonna take this poor Hellcat, because I haven't started it in like 4 days. We're gonna go see if we can get those banjo bolts, because getting this car on the ground and brake split is kind of priority right now. Well, Virginia drove this last because the seat is like way up here. Oh yeah, of course it's starting to rain. And I can't go to the parts store without like spending 50 bucks in knickknacks and stuff. Bought some P-clamps and things. It seems like every time I go to the parts store, $50 trip. Take that, you stupid bolts. Got them in. Now we just gotta get our line run from here to there, and then we can bleed them. So we gotta grab our master Ric Flair tool. Woo! I couldn't do my voice. It's kind of like because I ate some pepperoni and then I did the. Yeah, I just realized I kind of look like Freddie Mercury from the video, the movie thing. Yeah, not homosexual though. We are using this copper nickel line. I was going to use 1/4 inch going to the back to the T, but looking at the master cylinder here, it looks like this line is smaller anyways. It's just a 3/16 line, so I'm going to use 3/16 going to the back. This stuff is just way easier to bend. Apparently does not rust. And you can get it on Amazon for like 30 bucks. And it comes with fittings, so that helps. I had to order a metric set because the car, anything that was factory in the car was all metric, bubble flared, and then anything that was aftermarket was standard double flared. And if you buy a Ric flaring tool, like I did, it comes with both sets. So this is like your bubble flaring dies, and this is your double flaring dies. Now flaring brake lines is pretty straightforward. They do give you the diagrams on how to use both dies. And I like using this line because I feel like it's easier to mold. And then if you do have a slight imperfection in the line when you go to bolt it up, the softness of the line actually contours to like the thing that you're mounting it to, so you can kind of squeeze it to get a seal. Probably not the best method of doing things, but I find like I have less leaks with this style line than I would with regular like stainless steel line, or even the regular steel brake line for that matter. I've acquired a slave to help me. Okay, pump and hold.
Holding.
Turning. Okay, good. Thank you, good sir. Now we got brakes.
Playing Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, geez, you're still on that game?
Yeah, Dan got me on it the other day.
Jeez, what a jerk.
That's what I said.
Yep, she works again. Kyle Ann. And Kyle Ann, we're building transcooler lines today. So we have to go from here and here back along to our transcooler. I mean, our transmission. This is our big cooler. No fan, because we party like that sometimes.
Not allowed to say that.
Oh yeah, shit. But yeah, essentially it's probably just going to come out from here, go up, run along the frame somewhere, I guess. Because it's got to pass by all the exhaust. So it's going to have to like run. It's going to be a weird one, I think. We'll see what we can do. Anyways, we have PTFE line, which basically stands for Pussy the Fuck Everyone. It's just a Teflon line to line, and we got this on Amazon. So if it leaks, it leaks.
Also, rear end now has fluid in it. Brakes are bled. Drive shaft's tight.
Yeah, the whole rear end's done now.
Kyle got the arse done. He considers himself a bit of an arse man.
I'm a bit of an ass man, even though Virginia has nice titties.
You know who else was an ass man? Cosmo Kramer.
Who's that?
Seinfeld.
Oh.
His license plate was ass man on a license plate.
I measured them wrong.
What'd you mess up? AA wrong?
My lack of measuring messed it up a little bit.
But I just want to highlight this wrench. This is Kyle's 11/16 gear wrench that has been customized for for trans things. Look at this thing.
Where's my other Allen wrench?
Right on top of the car.
There we go.
So it's currently...
Hey, working on getting the time.
4:30. Kyle's been up since noon. He goes to work at 6:50 p.m. and won't get home till almost 9 a.m.
Correct. That's dedication if I ever seen it.
Dedicated. That's for all the YouTubes. This is for you guys.
Basically. Actually, I love doing it. This stuff, I mean, being so close to having the build done now, it's kind of motivating.
Really not sure how it... Yeah, okay.
It like fills in this area again now that we put this back in here.
I know you're going to weld a little bit more steel in to kind of... Or aluminum take
Yeah, I think I'm going to build a cooler right here. Like a catch can or a cooler or something. Look at this! Pizza!
Hi, it's pizza. I brought
Hey.
you pizza.
Who are you? Oh,
What do you mean, who am I?
titty
Who the
jingles.
fuck are you?
Titty jingles. I don't know what a titty jingle is, but...
Thank you. Look at my hands.
Oh, you're probably going to want to wash those.
No, eat it.
Okay. I'm hungry. Thank you.
I didn't bring you a napkin though, but you have shop towels.
The more grease, the less Rona.
You want some, Tokyo?
No, I'm good.
Want some water or something?
I have one already.
All right, so I've been looking at all data here a little bit. It's just a program that you can buy a subscription for like one vehicle for like 30 bucks, and it gives you all the wiring information and the repair information. Like if you wanted to change out a part or something, it'll show you how to do it. And I've come up with this. I've been through a bunch of wiring diagrams now, but this is the wiring diagram. Here's our white pink from the starter, or the key. And it comes through the automatic transmission. It just, there's a connector here, and then there's a connector up here, and then it goes through the transmission range sender. But it comes in as red, light blue, and it comes out as white pink. So if we can join up these two wires and get rid of our sensor here, we should be able to start it with the key. The only thing is I ripped out a bunch of the harness, so I don't know which connectors I have left and where I can find that red, light blue wire. So I gotta go digging for that wire now and see if I can find it, and then I can join that up to our white pink. Or we could join it up to our shifter here, that red wire. That way, when it only start when this is in park or neutral, and then run that wire out to the white pink one, and then it should start with the key. Okay, going down through our diagram was pretty simple. I followed it through. These connectors were all like in the kick panel here, and I made sure I had all that wiring harness going out, and then I followed it all the way around to that right side where that where this wire is, that white pink one. And as you can see, it goes C144 connector, then it goes all the way through the transmission, but then it ends up at C144 again, and then it goes to the starter relay white pink. So what I did was I took this red blue on this side of the connection, and then I attach it to the white pink on this side of the connection to delete this whole section of wiring here. So theoretically, it should start with the key now, or attempt to. And that wasn't it. Why didn't it do it? I thought for sure that was gonna be it. I done messed up. Never mind, I had it. It is this red and light blue. The only thing is my wire that was down on the starter, it was just resting on it, and it had fallen off. But now, if I just come inside and turn the key, great success. It's 6:21 and I gotta go to work at 6:30, so I gotta go get changed because I ripped my shirt on one of the clips inside the car. So it's the next day. I feel super accomplished that we actually got it to start with the key. I feel like a friggin' wizard over here. But maybe we can get the cooling fan to run off the fuse box relay thing too. Maybe we can track that all out and just pin that out. But let's just for a moment have two guys with small dogs just staring at each other. Okay, I figured out our problem. This control module actually has a relay in it. What we have is up here, so we have a 30 amp fuse going to this yellow wire and we have connector this, but we don't have this splice. So we do have a hot all-time 30 amp fused. We just don't have a relay to ground out this cooling fan, unfortunately. So we don't have from here to here this whole section of cooling fan usage. For example, here's our yellow wire that would supply power to it. I'm just gonna cut it because all these plugs are useless. So we'll cut our yellow wire here. So for testing purposes, we have our hot wire, our power one, going into there, into a fan. This is gonna be our ground, this red wire. I'll just ground that up manually, but if I turn the key, and don't quote me on this because I don't know if it's gonna work. I haven't tested it before I filmed it because I'm stupid like that. If I turn the key on, and then I ground out, Jesus. I ground out that wire, I mean the fan should turn on. And that's why you don't quote me on things. Oh, there it goes. Oh my God, look at that spider. You look pregnant AF, bro. I better get you out of here before you start laying babies. Hey, hey, outside. Oh no, I threw it because it almost attacked me. I got scared.
Where's the Allen keys at?
I don't know.
We got no engines, do we, Ted? Do we?
So,
SR20s and pulled premium a week before race wars.
shut your face before I shut it with my dick.
What do you think, Lance? 40 weight? 50 weight?
Oh my God. So we did get some Snake Eater performance injectors, so I think we're like full sloppy build now with the VS Turbo, the Snake Eater injectors, and the Black Sheep Industries wastegates. But we did go with the Deca 1500s because we had Deca 80s, and these will just bolt into place of those ones. The connectors will work, so yeah. 1500 cc's worth of fuel versus 80 pounds, which I think ends up being like 800 cc's. Yeah. So we like doubled our injector size. Not that we were going to need it. We could have bumped up our base pressure with these 80s, but it's neat because he actually gives you the lag times and stuff on this, and he gives you the flow charts. But Snake Eater Performance, they don't really need any more hype because as soon as they put stuff in stock, it's sold out as soon as it goes up. So Tokyo's gonna change those. I'm doing the wiring, figuring out what I need for in and outs. I need to hook up like a cooling fan, a Mac valve, trans brake, and I'm gonna get all that sorted before we take it outside. And then I'm like, ooh, I need to add this wire, and then I just add it outside of the hood, and like, I got it. Wow, so that was a lot of time learning the Holley system, learning the pinning and stuff, but I've got some inputs and outputs now. So I've got trans brake on an output, boost solenoid on an output, electric fan on an output, and then inputs. I have trans brake launch. So anytime that I press this input, the trans brake launch comes on, the trans brake and the rev limiter one, and then the bump box is another input. That was a lot of messing around, but after you figure it out, Holley does make it kind of useful. It's just stuff is kind of all over the place, and I'm still figuring out where everything is. Whoa, it's cold, lady. I can see. They're staring at me. Nice choker.
Thank you.
She finally made an
grab
appearance. But
Yeah.
it's because I was working and you were working, and then we were both not working at the same time. I mean, working at the same
Sad.
time.
Very sad.
Very unfortunate. Dang, they're really staring at me. I can't stop looking at it. Okay, jump in the car. We'll take some sexy, like, thumbnail photos for OnlyFans. You think I'm joking, aren't you? Follow the link down below. Do that thing where you touch your elbows behind your back. What? That wasn't what... Both your elbows behind your back, lady. Just kind of leaving because she's going to go stream now, but I'm going to keep tinkering because I got deadlines to meet. But
I got a stream grind.
stream? Yeah.
Please.
Alright, twitch.tv, Alien Trash Cat. I'm usually there sometimes. I'll be there later, but I
Bye.
want to watch you go because
Okay.
it's
Like this?
one of my favorite hot... Ooh, yeah, work it. Take that bowling pin and shove it right up your arse.
What the? No.
She just left, and now one sexy, handsome devil shows up here.
Yeah, right. For the
So we got the welds just kind of laying under the rear.
The sexy welds.
The sexy welds. Need some open-ended lugs for those, but I've got some at my place. So we'll do that tomorrow. Kyle's
Still doing wiring things in here.
wiring things. Oh. Laptop things. That isn't YouPorn
Yeah, usually
or
it is.
Twitch. It's not OnlyFans.
Virginia's.
What?
People, well, we already said this. She came out here earlier with her titty shirt on.
What the hell? She was. Virginia was here with her titties out and I wasn't here.
Yep, you missed it. You could see them like right through the shirt too. I mean, it wasn't intentional.
But you weren't mad about it.
No. Fuel pump didn't kick in there though. That was weird. Oh, the power's off again.
So we got no ECU palace.
Yeah, don't know what happened there to be honest.
So you got key power, but you're not getting ECM.
Try and move the seat forward and backwards, maybe. No, there's still power. Nope.
So the Holly screen turns on now. Still no pump or anything, but with the battery charger hooked up, it seems like maybe the battery was just
Dead as fuck.
completely toasted.
Maybe the whole ECU isn't turning on yet because the fuel pump isn't turning on.
So Kyle's been checking. There's power, there's ground, there's all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of good stuff that we needed, but maybe there's no, the fuel pump prime is turned off. Fuel pump prime.
So if your fuel pump doesn't prime,
Turn the fuel pump prime.
check the box that says fuel pump prime
Yes.
before you spend 40 minutes troubleshooting electrical.
So I ended up running my cooling fan power wires through here, and then I put a plug in the firewall back there. It's just going to be a lot easier than running it up through the fender. And this is all our wiring done now down here. We did add in these two new relays. One's trans brake and the other one's cooling fan. I do have to put a solid state one in, but for now I'm just running this one, so I have a trans brake. It's definitely not ideal like that. I should get a relay board and do it that way, but I mean, for simplicity and how cheap it was, it's there and it's all fused and it's not like gonna burn down the car. So now we can throw this inner fender in like I plan on doing, and now we can put it back on the ground and get it out of the garage. And then when you put the carpet up, you can't even notice it under there. I just have to be like, hey, watch your feet under there. Put your feet over here. Boys, it's back on the ground. I had to put those stupid tires on the back because these big ones won't fit without a spacer. The spacers are on the way, they'll be here tomorrow. That's just because our new 8.8 is from an older model Mustang, and it's a little bit shorter than the other one, so we have to get a bit of spacer on it. But I'm gonna hook up the laptop here real quick. I'm just gonna make sure we do our TPS reset and set our cooling settings in so our fan kicks on, and then we're gonna pull it out of the garage and see, get it up to temp, and if cooling fan works and whatnot. I have no idea if this is gonna start or not. This is like some generic tune that I had pulled, so. So I think we have a little bit of a problem here. I think our trans brake solenoid sticks out a little bit further on this one, on the one that I put in there, than this one. Because once I put this in any gear, it wants to be in reverse, which means the trans brake puts it in reverse. So I might have to jam this one back in for now. can happen is it breaks down. We're just gonna cruise it around the block and see what happens. I just got the Holly open. It's the coolant temperature's rising because I don't have the fan really set up. So I figure once I start driving it, the temp should drop a little bit here. So. Yeah, I do. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm just gonna go for a lap right here. I don't have any vacuum lines hooked up to my wastegate, so I don't want to really get into boost, but it feels like it's gonna get into boost pretty quick. It's actually not that loud for having the side exit out that side. I thought it was gonna be way louder than this. It's getting a little hot. I don't have the cooling fan set up, so we'll shut it down there, I guess. Unless the cooling fan switches on at 190 in the programming by itself. I'll check. Yeah, so our coolant temp is 192 right now. Our fan is on. Fan is running. I don't have the seal right here, so that might affect it a little bit. And our overflow is leaking out a little bit right there. Well, that's pretty exciting that we got it running and going. There's a couple little things that we need to address before we get it ready for the track, which is on Friday and it's Monday now. So I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna edit this video. I promise you guys that it would be running and driving, and it is, and it could run and do all that good stuff. It needs a bit of a tune. I need to do some downpipe work and build like a catch can and a coolant reservoir, but like very, very minor things. Also, we did have to switch out that trans brake. That was the issue. I put my old trans brake back in, it worked fine. It was just trying to lock itself in reverse. So every gear was like trying to hold reverse. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's basically it. So if you guys enjoy it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and then leave one of these things. Peace easy and get that V. I also got to clean this out and the car and put all my tools away. But I'll see you soon. I'm gonna go inside and edit this, and then I'm actually gonna come out again after, because I think it's like 11 o'clock right now to start on track day prep. But I want to get this video with you guys. I think it's been 8 days since the last video.